Hello, Professor. This is Meher Nakpal, and today I will be talking about Lab 4. So in this lab, we are pretty much defining a finite state machine, and we're taking a look at how, new methods in Vivado to, derive a constraint file, etc. So we're given the, source file within the lab. So we just pasted it here. To dive in a little bit into what the code does, we are defining our 3 states within our machine. And you can see it here in the state file and everything. And we have our inputs and outputs defined. So the next step in the lab was to pretty much define where these inputs and outputs were going to be on our board. So we initially had a layout looking at just kind of like how the board is set up. But if we switch it to the ins and outs, we could kind of set like the pins on this grid on where we want our ins and outs, and we could even see here. So as you can see here, we have our ins and outs set as well as which pins, and we were able to set all this additional information here as well. So from here, we then generated, this pretty much helps us generate the constraint file for these pins on exactly what we want each one to do. So as you can see, all that stuff I showed before is set here from lines 1 to 15 on where the pin is, etc. And we have our clock defined, or even, odd, pause, restart, all that stuff. The next thing that we had to define was the clock. So we were told to create a clock that runs from 0 to 5 nanoseconds, which is this line right here. And there was a whole setup process through Vivado, all that. So I didn't type this. We had it, there's multiple steps towards it within the program. And then after synthesizing it the first time, we realized that there were some errors that popped up. These errors specifically were failing endpoints. So we would have like a 3, for example, when I ran it the first time, it would say 3 failing endpoints, and it would show us like the WNS and the TNS, delays that were happening. And we pretty much need it to be so it's 0. And we did some trial and error and figured out that, as you can see in our constraint, we have our set input delay to be 1.026 and our set output delay to be 1.122. With this configuration, we were able to get it to have it number of failing endpoints to be 0. And we were able to kind of finish our program successfully for that, for our finite state machine. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much.